Cuban member what was called the Special Forces of the Brigade, or the infiltration team. And we landed in Cuba a couple of months before the invasion to work with the resistance inside the island.
Felix Rodriguez has dedicated his life to fighting communism.
So I was accepted at the University of Miami for engineering. When I learned there was something against the government of Fidel Castro, I decided that was more important. So instead of going to the University of Miami for engineering, I found out where there was a recruiting center, and I went there. And we had no idea it was the CIA. We thought there were some Cuban rich people who were supporting this operation.
Felix and his family were one of many escaping Cuba and immigrating to the United States during Castro's revolution. But he couldn't escape his memories of the communist takeover.
I have seen the massive firing squad taking place in Cuba, the injustice of it, with people that were really illiterate, and they were running those firing squads. I saw one case that really impacted me when they were judging a commander of the Cuban army, Sosa Blanco, and they brought a witness to say that he was the one who killed his brother, and this witness started pointing at the prosecutor. And he had to be told, no, it's the guy sitting next to him. So I thought it was just a mockery of our judicial system. It was important to put a stop to that.
Felix was recruited by the CIA as part of a special infiltration team tasked with entering Cuba before the Bay of Pigs invasion. Approximately 1,400 American-trained Cuban exiles took part in the failed invasion, April 17, 1961.
Of course, the air support did fail us. We were supposed to have destroyed completely Castro Air Force, and that was the big fiasco for us. We did not control the air. Most of our aircraft were shut down. Our boat with all the ammunition and resupplies and the communication station, everything went down the ocean, and there was no contingency plan. So the brigade fought bravely for 3 days. On the first day, they accomplished every single objective that were given to them. And of course, when they did run out of ammunition, they did not surrender. They tried to evade into the swamps, and over 95% of them were captured.
Their mission in Cuba had failed, but their battle against communism waged on.
Where we could, and we had the support of the U.S. government, we continued to do that years after the Bay of Pigs. When that changed and it was a different type of scenario, we still felt it was important to stop communism anywhere in the world. That's why I volunteered to go to Vietnam later on. I was in Bolivia when they captured Che Guevara, and in Ecuador and in Peru, advising paramilitary unit against the communist takeover of those countries.
Those who fought against Castro's communist regime are memorialized here in South Florida and beyond. But they haven't given up the fight.
Well, we did try our best to recover, regain our homeland from communism. And I think that's something that will stick with all of us. I am sure, and like myself, all the brigade members are looking forward to the day that Cuba is free, that we can return in a free country and to be able to help to rebuild that country.
And he believes that day will come. But not everyone shares this dream.
The attitude of the Cuban people, they don't see any possibility of any improvement in their life in Cuba. And their main objective is to leave the country. A lot of the people have no idea what Cuba was before 1959. It is important our sons and daughters, they all look forward to go to a free Cuba. Now, at the very beginning, a lot of us wanted to move back immediately. As many years have gone by, we have children, grandchildren here. That changed a little bit. We definitely like to go back to Cuba.
When and if Cuba becomes a free country, there will be some growing pains.
Even though it will not be easy, because there are some 50-some years of indoctrination on those people. And they have to be taught, the democratic system and the economy, the free economy that they don't have today.
So, for Felix and many others, the fight goes on.
It was a commitment that we took upon ourselves and to continue this fight until Cuba is free, and it's not free yet.